In this video, I'm going to explain how I edit and retouch focus stacks in Photoshop. I know there's probably easier ways to edit stacks in Photoshop, but this is just the way I've been doing it since I started using Photoshop. So let me know down in the comments your methods of editing if it's something different. The shot in this video is a 46 shot handheld stack of a green lynx spider I found eating a bumblebee on some goldenrod flowers. This particular stack was probably one of the hardest stacks I've ever attempted, since for one, I had to be extra cautious not to disturb the spider too much since it was eating. Something I've noticed is that some bugs with prey are more skittish than normal, so it's extra important to try not to disturb it too much, because sometimes when they are disturbed, they'll drop their hard-earned meal and run off. And another reason why this stack was one of the hardest is because I had to hold the stems of the flowers in one hand and take each shot of the stack individually, since the camera I used in the video doesn't have focus bracketing, and I couldn't do a burst stack since I was using the flash. It took me a few tries to get a good stack, but I finally got the full body stack of the prey and the spider in focus that I wanted. The stacking process in Photoshop is pretty easy and straightforward, but sometimes you'll be disappointed in the final results of the stack and get results like when I stacked this photo. From my experience, the more detailed your photo is, or if the stack is pretty big, like over 20 photos, the messier the final outcome will be sometimes. There's a few reasons why this happens. The main reasons could be because the subject moved, or the alignment of the photos were a little off, which I think was the case with this photo. As you can see, the alignment isn't all the best here. Another reason could be because you missed a frame during the photo taking of your stack, and what I mean by that is there's a section on your subject that's out of focus because you didn't get a photo of that part in focus. And the last reason is because Photoshop just isn't the best focus stacking software out there. I personally don't have any experience with any other focus stacking software, but I know they are better than Photoshop since they are dedicated specifically for focus stacking. If anyone has any experience with other software such as Zareen Stacker or Helicon Focus, let me know down in the comments, because I've been considering trying a different software for focus stacking. Fixing stacks like these can be very time consuming depending on how bad it is, but it can be fixed, so don't be so quick to throw away the stack just yet. This way of repairing works best if there's no alignment issues with your stacks and you have all your frames in focus. Now, it's still possible to fix stacks if you missed a frame or you're having an alignment issue, but I'll go over how to fix that in a separate video. My method of retouching stacks is the clone stamp method. I use the clone stamp tool to copy exact detail from another frame and just add it to the main photo to fill in the missing details. But I have a few tips to help you get the most out of it, since it can be a little tricky. Tip number 1 is to adjust your brush settings. It is important for the hardness of the brush to be at 0%. The hardness determines the extent at which your cloning will blend in with the surrounding pixels. The clone edges will be hard and definite at 100% hardness. Having it at 0% will have the edges blending in with the surroundings. Also, make sure your brush is set to a soft round brush for smoother blending. You can also adjust the size of the brush and the opacity. I recommend keeping the opacity and fill no higher than 75% for the best results. I usually keep both range and fill between 60 and 70 range. Tip number 2 is to always make sure the photos are aligned with the stacked photo. Since the alignment in my photo was a little off, I align each pic individually with the stacked photo so I won't have any alignment issues while I'm clone stamping. Tip number 3 is once you've clone stamped onto your image, you can adjust the brush size and make it large and actually kind of scan over the image to see what details can be added onto your photo from the photo you clone stamped from. As you can see in this example, parts of the plant is missing some details and I have the photo which has that section in focus. All you have to do is make a correctly aligned stamp. It doesn't matter what part of the image you stamp from. And as you can see, I can now see all the plant details from the photo I clone stamped from. This can be really useful for photos with lots of missing details like the photo in this video because it can be easy to miss some key details. This technique can be very time consuming, especially for more detailed photos, but they can be fixed, so don't be too discouraged when you notice a lot of missing details in your stacks. If you have any questions about this method or editing tips for me, let me know down in the comments below, because I'm not a Photoshop expert. I'm still constantly learning and trying different editing styles in Photoshop. But I hope you all liked this video and hopefully it was helpful for you. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this if you enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.